Grace got a scholarship to complete a doctorate in advanced agricultural practices at a prestigious European university. After completing this degree, she returned to Nigeria to apply all the knowledge she had acquired to real-life agrarian practices. Before implementing her knowledge, she surveyed the country to know where to begin. Grace discovered that citizens face numerous problems that hinder agricultural development in Nigeria and many other African countries. Despite having 60 to 75% of their labor force involved in agriculture, many African countries cannot meet domestic food requirements. There has been a decline in the contribution of agriculture to the gross domestic product of many African countries. Let us learn about some factors hindering agricultural development that Grace was ready to tackle. Firstly, Grace realized that most farmers are poor and do not have access to finance to buy land, tools, and many other things they need to farm on a large scale. They cannot access financial institutions, loans, and other credit facilities to expand their production. Similarly, she observed that illiteracy was a significant reason they couldn't access these credit facilities. Approximately 60% of farmers in Nigeria and most of Africa are illiterate and cannot use modern agricultural techniques. Another issue she discovered was that in most areas where different agro-wards like farming and herding communities were present, insecurity and political instability affected productivity as farmlands were usually destroyed during communal clashes. Going further, she found out that in Nigeria, as well as in most of Africa, farmers lose 30% of their produce due to farming practices like wasteful harvesting techniques and inadequate farm tending methods. Large quantities of the farmers' produce are further wasted due to a lack of warehouse and processing facilities. The farmers do not have the technical know-how to operate the storage and processing facilities, which are very expensive to build, purchase, and maintain. Speaking of infrastructure, the presence of bad roads or total absence of them is another problem that makes the distribution of products from farms to markets very challenging, leading to wastage. All of that, coupled with the scarcity of specialized vehicles and the high cost of transporting farm produce, makes agriculture challenging to develop. In addition, a lack of basic amenities like electricity, pipe-borne water, and proper healthcare makes people migrate from rural to urban areas in search of jobs which may not be readily available. And lastly, inconsistent government policies on agriculture reduce agricultural development. The policies sometimes fail to recognize rural farmers that produce food for most of the country. Most of the policies are centered around more urban farmers and fail to consider the rural ones. These were some of the problems that Grace discovered upon her return. I'm sure you would like to know the possible solutions to these issues well. Stick around and we will explore them in the next lesson. Bye for now.